Hold on. I want to grab a bowl of cereal. I know I came here early, but I was going to walk away from my computer, and then I noticed that I had like 45 seconds left. So, like, just pretend we're still on that like 45-second mark, right? While I go get this bowl of cereal. Okay? Okay. Okay. Look at that. You're late. I know I'm late, but I'm early-ish. So, the thing, I'll talk. I had to be a parent first, you know what I mean? Gotta yell at my kids for doing dumb stuff before I'm like, you gotta go scream. So, that's fine. Theo, pause your iPad until you unload my dishwasher. You guys have after school chores. Unload my dishwasher. And then after it's unloaded, you can go back there. Just go get out of here. No, yeah. I'm tired of yelling at these people. I forget how my thing works sometimes. Oh, sorry. I've been gone so long. I think I've gone longer than I wanted to be. My kids ate all the cereal, and then they left the cereal bag in the pantry. So I thought I had cereal and I didn't, which is wild because I didn't have any milk for a long time. So they just ate the cereal raw. I'm raising savages. You just beat the game? What game? I know you were playing a game. What game were you playing? What game were you playing? What game were you playing? Should I know? Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Oh my gosh! So let me tell you. What was the? Hold on. Let me see if I can do this really fast. I only had trouble with one boss. Dang. Dang. I might alt tab this, man. Whatever. Make me go through all these extra steps. I hate when they make ads like that. I almost never had to use stims during the game. There was 2 hard boss fights for me, right? This one, I struggled with this boss fight right here. And then, right, that's the first one. Yeah, this first one I struggled with. And then the next one I struggled with was the Darth Vader fight. Mostly never ever used one time before I got to the save spots. Oh, I was getting worked. Again, I was doing it at the hardest difficulty, right? These bosses did not play. Darth Vader was low-key tanky. I want to hear it. I almost cried. That's what made me almost quit the game. Was just fighting Darth Vader because he was wrecking me. I got 9 stims. I did that too. Just because I was. But man, I got every stim that I could before I got to every single area, right? Because I was really playing the game. But that did not help against Darth Vader or help against any boss. Well, the rest of the bosses were easy. Again, the only hard bosses for me were Darth Vader and that first boss. Harsh Part knows where to go. I did not get that at all. You know, surprisingly enough, I was just cruising. I don't remember one time being lost in that game. I feel like it was just very straightforward. You know what I mean? Just go straight. I could be tripping though, but knowing me, I'm probably not. I met this kid earlier today. He's like 18, and he was telling me like, man, how do you know when you should leave a relationship? Like, what happens if a relationship was like really good for the first 3 months, first 6 months, yada yada yada, and then after 6 months, the relationship becomes like abusive, and it just immediately changes and goes downhill. And I was just all like, "What do you mean abusive?" And he was like, you know, like she just treats him horrible. She like tells him to shut up whenever he wants to talk about his problems, yada yada yada, all this stuff. And then I'm sitting there like, honestly, trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? I'm just like basically being like, hey man, like you gotta talk to her, set your boundaries, all that kind of stuff. And then flip the script. This dude then says, what? But like, what if she hits me? And I was like, what do you mean she hits you? And he's like, yeah, no, like when her parents aren't around, she beats me. Leave. What do you mean? I was out here trying to be like, oh yeah, no, you can stick it out. I mean, you know, do what you gotta do. You know, no. What's the hands were drawn? You gotta leave. Oh my gosh, MT, what's going on? Yeah, that's what I said. Yikes.
Dragon
I
skull
was
in
like,
the
what are you
library.
talking about?
No big deal.
Needless to say, I told him that he better leave. What brought that up? I was getting a tattoo, and he's the new apprentice at the tattoo shop that I go to. So he was because Madison came in to drop me off some stuff, and I was talking, and I was telling him like I didn't even want to get married, like I didn't want kids, all this stuff, and then I met Madison, and then I'm like, dude, have all my babies, and then we got married like immediately, but I was like. The thing with me and Madison, though, I was like telling him, like, you got to set your boundaries early. If they don't respect your boundaries, they're never going to respect you. You know what I mean? And you got to be willing to stay 10 toes on your boundaries. And she was also being like, I'm just telling y'all his tea right now. But she was also like, apparently, so he wants to be a tattoo apprentice, right? And during the 3 months when they first started dating, she was very supportive of the tattoo apprenticeship. And then she like turned around and she's all like, oh, you have no career, you have no ambition, you're never going to be a good artist, you suck, you should give up, go to college like the rest of us, yada yada yada, all that kind of stuff. You're a failure at life, you got to find something more realistic to do, all that kind of jazz. I was like, wow, that's kind of horrible. Like, what kind of significant other does not support what their other significant other wants to do? And I was trying to explain to him, like, hey man, like, you're at that stage in your life where you got to realize you're looking for a woman. You're looking for a woman that adds to your piece, not gets in the way of your piece. You know what I mean? You want someone to add to value to your life, not take away the core of your life. You want to have someone that helps you grow, not tell someone that you're a failure. You know what I mean? Like, why would you want to be in a relationship like that? And that's, I don't know. I think what brought it up was like when Madison walked in to swap me keys. I said something to her. I said something like, "Oh my gosh, look at her go. She's such a beautiful lady. She's so kind." And obviously I was talking about Madison, but she was like walking away. I was like, "She's the best." You know what I mean? And then he asked me for like relationship advice because he just saw how I was talking about her, and I was like,
Exactly.
The man of the hour, Fanny. What's going on?
Nicely equipped. What needs work?
But hopefully, hopefully he actually does either set his boundaries with her or he leaves. Because, man, I don't want to see him telling me all of a sudden that she's still whooping him. You know what I mean? MT, now that you're here, I haven't seen Arya in a while. I wonder if she's alright. Alright. I'm going to donate $100 tomorrow if I don't finish my video. Okay? So we will finish that video that I'm going to edit. I'll edit it and do it all tomorrow. I will figure out how to edit and all that kind of stuff all over again. Because I'm tired of not doing what I say I'm going to do. Busy school, more bucks. Yeah, I know we're at the end of the school year too. Don't they do the ISATs or SATs around this time? Mentioned Arya and Nightbot shows up. Yeah, Arya and Nightbot has a vendetta against Arya. It's wild.
Good morning, brother. No news, I'm afraid.
So I was looking at the giant scar on Kratos' chest, right? And I forgot that's where Zeus stabbed him. I had to cancel one of my YouTube series because my director quitting.
You found them once. Could you do so again?
I could try, but I don't see how that
I'm
would
sorry
help.
to hear
The
that.
fates of these lands, are they not? I would know what they know,
You may not find them cooperative.
as long as I find them. Where do we search?
All right.
Midgard. But if Atreus is in Asgard, there's no getting him back without an army. We should be raising one.
Yes, nothing like a catastrophic war to improve the situation. The boy seems quite capable. Perhaps if you simply give him some time.
You are not free of blame here. You encouraged his foolishness, his confusion. I do not seek war. But if Odin has stolen my son, do not doubt the lengths I will go to.
Your nature has always been clear, Kratos.
That's funny because I believe Kratos would go out there and murder everybody in Asgard if it meant that they get
War
his
is a
son back.
first resort.
That's the thing, though, that I don't think people understand, right? Kratos is a god slayer.
I knew.
If he was angry enough, like if
I hope the Norns
I
can
think
give
if
you the
Atreus'
trust
life
you need.
was in danger,
Perhaps mine is
he'd
no
probably
longer.
summon all his god abilities back. Like we'd see giant Kratos all
Here,
over again. He'd just be
stop.
slaughtering,
This is no time to define
slaughtering
ourselves further. Come,
solo army.
please.
You have been quiet.
Frankly, I'm surprised you, of all people, would seek out fate. But your instincts haven't let us down so far. Let's find the Norns.
One thing I do like about Kratos in his old age, though, is that he went from a man of nothing but violence to say,
Who am I?
or hurtful things, I guess, right? Or rage to say, to being like someone of like not very many words. Yeah, Kratos does have a giant god form. He does. He only uses it, I think, in God of War 2. I believe. Dwarven Steel. Oh, those are enchantments, resources. None of them have strength. Okay, where do I get this black bear stuff? Where do I get dwarven steel? Is there like a place I can farm dwarven steel? How do you spell it? Dwarven steel. Where to find? Blah. Yggdrasil Rifts. After Creatures of Prophecy. After Creatures of Prophecy. Is that the one we're on right now?
Does it hurt?
Oh, this? Only when I worry.
Okay. What do these ones do? Strength and defense. Are they... That's strength and luck. What's luck even do? I don't know. So we won't try to figure it out. Nice. Okay. What? Hold on. I'm on the world of fate.
Hang on! I got something for you. Sindri!
Coming!
Before you go traipsing off into the dawn, I thought you'd like to have this back. Well, don't go getting too cheery about it. But you're welcome.
I've collected what we need to find the Norns. Shall we go?
That's a level 4 shield. That's this one? Which one is it? I think it's this one.
Neitho. I suspect we may have consequences to look forward to.
Oh wait, hold on.
Squirrel.
Ah, Master Kratos, my apologies. Madame Nithog's disappearance weighs heavily on my mind.
She a friend of yours?
Less a friend than another longtime tenant of the tree. She was here even before I arrived, and
We
that
killed her.
was ages ago. To even think something could keep her away from her babies. Terrible, just terrible.
Well. Yeah, wow, it's crazy how we just slaughtered her and we're not gonna talk about it. Did I miss something? Because it looks like... Okay. Draugr holds... What's this one? Find the orb.
We are certain Atreus could not still be in Midgard.
I was just there and found no trace. If Odin invited him, he must have provided a way.
No, that is not the only explanation. Tell me where we find these Norns.
I discovered some of their threads near the frozen lake. I stashed one for spellcrafting, but we may also use it to find them. Just remember, they really don't need to be found.
Well, at least things will be difficult for a change.
We should take your sled and head to the lake.
You know, like, we just left these wolves.
Midgard. How I've missed the
Like,
freezing
for days
gusts and
by themselves,
constant
right?
invader attacks.
Well, that's
We just
because
expect
they
them to
believe
fend for
Kratos
themselves?
is responsible for Fimbulwinter, and that killing him will end it.
Where would they get an idea like that?
From me, of course.
Come.
Of course.
Quiet. She is a friend. Now,
Better they get this from you. Once the wolves have the scent of the Norns, we'll just need to follow their lead.
I will open the gate. Stop whining.
Their fur is matted. When did you last brush them?
They are wolves.
And matted fur leads to disease. Take care of them, and they'll take care of you.
Brother, what exactly do you intend to ask the Norns?
How I may find my son. Nothing more.
You don't imagine it's a chance to clear up all this mess about prophecy? Perhaps get a second opinion on
Kratos
your
is so
Alex's
simple-minded.
demise.
Like,
You didn't tell me you had a death prophecy?
When Atreus and I reached Jotunheim, we found a hidden mural. The giants, Faye herself, had foreseen our entire journey long ago. who we would meet, who we would fight. All of it, as it happened.
But you aren't dead.
That image was from a time yet to come.
I see. You've never struck me as someone who fears death. That's not the problem, is it?
No. Death can have me when it earns me.
That's
Then maybe
crazy.
it's not the future that bothers you. Faye sent you on your journey, and she made sure you'd see that image at the end of it. And you're still not sure why.
I wish to speak of this no further. Now that we are on the lake, how will we find the Norns?
Watch the wolves closely. See how their heads point the way?
Oh.
Well, the Lake of Nine has certainly seen better days. Raiders have made themselves quite at home. Not sure I've been back to these parts since our great battle with Seacron.
She speaks highly of that fight as well.
You know of that.
She told me all about it when she found me. She believed you could be an ally. Long before I believed it.
The Valkyrie Queen. An ally.
I'm the Valkyrie Queen, as Sigrun was stubbornly determined to remind me.
I should have guessed it was Seacron helping you recover yourself. So loyal. Why? Clever.
Doesn't take a love goddess to see where you're coming from.
This thread of fate we are tracing.
It's not somebody's life if that's what you mean. The Norns use it to mark their way when they're outside of the well.
The Norns live in a well.
No. The Well of Earth, their home, is
I know.
hard to explain. It's in no fixed place. Entrances come and go. A place wholly under their influence,
Okay.
where the intangible becomes tangible.
The wolves lead us here.
I didn't want the conversation. Ooh. Fallen Knight.
Raider on the left!
Oh. Am I? Wrong weapon. Right?
Right side! Give him one more!
Alright.
Behind you! Incoming!
I'm gonna die.
What's your left?
I for sure.
Behind you, brother! Where are you back?
Oh, I died. I'm not gonna revive that, but that is crazy because that just tells you guys that I suck.
Brother!
And so
This
we're
is
gonna
the right
ignore that
area.
because I'm not bad.
But we can't go further on the sled.
It was just a warm up. day, when I remember, I gotta show you guys my new tattoo. Or maybe the entire leg sleeve when it's actually done. But so far, it's looking very, very good. In my opinion. Anyways, like I said, big ol' warm up.
The way forward is magically sealed. Something in here is giving it
Hilt
power.
of a sword.
Brother, I know that sword hilt. Tread carefully. You of all people know how weapons can carry ghosts.
Excalibur? Oh.
If it does not help us find the Norns, it can wait.
I feel a trace of their illusions here. I can try to dispel it. Oh, no. There's nothing here.
A false trail.
I'm afraid so. We'll have to see what else the wolves can find.
Typical Nornish
Thank you.
mischief.
They know we're searching.
It was hot.
I warned you they wouldn't make it easy.
Huh?
And what's the
Took
hilt
you too
of a
long?
cursed king have to do with any of it?
Distraction? Coincidence? Who knows? I suppose they'd say we were fated to find it.
Where are my manners?
When you enter the Norn's domain, it can be disorienting. Like being inside your own mind.
But if we go in together, are we in each other's minds? Not so sure I like the sound of that.
Mimir, have you encountered these Norns?
Not personally. Freya's right. They have ways of discouraging visitation. Odin made his share of efforts. Wouldn't talk about what he found. Either he gave up, or he wanted to forget what he saw. Freya, you mind telling us what you experienced when you sought the Norns last time?
To be honest, the details are hazy. Like waking up from a dream. Mainly, I remember that nothing could be done to change my son's fate. Which only made me more determined to try.
Brother, what of your story? You faced the fates of your homeland, yeah? The legends I heard about the ghost of Sparta were surely exaggerated.
Exaggerated.
Oh, not in the brazen bloodshed righteous fury part. The part where it said you travelled back in time itself to win a battle once lost. It's strange credulity, obviously. I mean, a rumour about Thor knocking the world serpent back in history from Ragnarok is one thing.
It is the truth. The threads of fate span all life and time. The Sisters of Fate abused their power. When I challenged them, they threatened to undo my existence. So I killed them and turned their power on Zeus.
That's the most dangerous and irresponsible thing I've ever heard. These Norns have no such magic. Nor does anyone in these realms that I've ever seen.
Aye, could you imagine? If it existed, Odin would have it. And if Odin had it, we'd be 5 shades more fucked than we are already.
I would not ask them to change the past, even if they could. I only want information.
And that's quite dangerous enough, in my experience.
I also just learned he did that too,
I feel something.
where he
In this
fought the
direction.
fates and went back in
You know
time.
what exactly?
Another illusion. It's coming from this wall. The Norns are hiding something. Open up. Nothing. Another dead end.
A trap!
Oh my god.
What now?
Oh my god. Stop. I thought I could knock it over a little bit.
That's all of it. You know, this search will only get more dangerous.
Then we keep looking.
Back to the wolves then.
The wolves have picked up another trail. Keep following their heads.
Freya, there's something I've always wanted to ask. What was it Hrimthur whispered to you?
Who?
Hrimthur, the son of Thormur, the stonemason. He disguised himself and built Asgard's wall.
Oh, yes. One of the many occasions Odin saw fit to involve me in a wager without my consent. I wish I could say that was the worst of his husbandly habits.
What wager?
I've told this story, brother.
And now she may tell her own.
There isn't that much to tell. I knew nothing of it at first, surely because Odin didn't expect to lose the bet.
Enough. We will continue later.
You sell her?
We need to work our way up. This way.
Okay. Okay, I'm stuck. There's no way over there, apparently.
There. Can you cut a way through the ice?
Oh, are the Norns making magical ice walls now?
No. I think the water just froze.
Oh, there it is. Okay. There should be one more.
More of your friends.
I didn't tell them to be here.
Dang. Well,
The Alpha! Enemy to your left!
I'm gonna finish eating before I keep playing. I guess the game said no. But that way, I'm not distracted whole time. That was good. So I guess, Jake, what's going on? I just cleared my face. Not much. I'm doing great today. I had to finish stuffing my face. What an odd time to
I
come
don't know
by.
what the Norns did to trick all these raiders into guarding them. Not that they have any idea that's what they're doing.
Oh wait, hold on. All right. Oh, it's right there. How did I not see that?
Up there.
Chris, are you still here?
Freya, thank you for your help. I know this This was not your focus.
The sooner we find your son, the sooner you'll be able to focus. I just hope it works.
Just the same. Thank you.
A fine sentiment, but write her a bloody note.
If anyone sees Chris and me in the same place, please remind me to ask Chris about his driver's license.
Over here.
I don't think I'd ever find all 48 birds either.
Open up. We found it.
Ah, isn't it always the third place you look?
The world of fate.
Is everyone hearing that creepy whisper?
It is like an itch in the mind.
It means we've stepped into their domain. Be ready for anything.
Illusions.
Projections, possibly. But assume nothing. There's no telling what manner of creature they've made unwitting guards.
Delightful.
Kratos, Ghost of Sparta, Bane of Olympus, Destroyer of Fate, Cruel Striker, Bringer of War, Weapon of the Gods, turned
Oh my
against
God.
his creators. He chases a redemption he knows he can never deserve. He cannot change.
Can I not break that? No, it cannot. Oh, I blocked that in perfect time. I don't know. I'm cracked. Okay, and that didn't make any sense.
Are we in our own minds yet? He certainly seemed real enough.
I hate to tell you.